Will the Bengals take down the undefeated Dolphins in primetime? Hi again, everyone. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk here outside of Paycor Stadium, where it's Bengals, it's Dolphins. With an undefeated record on the line for Miami, they surged to the top of power rankings throughout the week. The Bengals, coming off of their first win of the season, they enter this matchup 1-2. And let's start there, because I think the Bengals, just watching video, and we posted various videos on allbengals.com, posted a few videos here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk, also tweeted out some clips. I think the Bengals, and I don't want to jinx them, but I think they got their swagger back a little bit. You have Cheeto eating flaming hot Cheetos in the locker room. You got Mike Hilton, saying that we got Eli Apple's back after Tyreek Hill saying, I owe you. By the way, I misspoke in my last video. I owe you, which obviously is what I had written at All Bengals. Like, I get it, though. I get it. I misspoke. But there's some hype here, and there's some confidence here. And the Bengals favored here when you look at the MyBookie odds. And that's the interesting thing to me is the Bengals probably look at this Dolphins team and say, oh, yeah, we should beat them. Now, the Dolphins, they're coming off of a win over the Bills, who everyone said was going to go undefeated, and there was so much preseason hype about the Bills. And so I think that's the exciting part. This is a good gauge because you have a team that was really built this offseason and a quarterback that is trying to prove himself in Tua Tagovailoa and a first-year head coach, all of those things in Miami, off to a great start. And it's a short week, and you're coming to play the defending AFC champs. And the Bengals still need to be desperate. 1-3 is far from ideal, and they could fall to 1-3 on Thursday night, obviously. So let's start there. I think key number one, you do not want to get off to a bad start. And it goes without saying, right? We've talked about their starts, but you don't want to get off to a bad start against a team like the Dolphins that is rolling right now, is oozing with confidence. Tyreek Hill wearing those glasses that he's wearing, looking like the speed demon that he is. Jalen Waddle playing at such a high level. Tua Tagovailoa coming back from what some thought was a concussion. Apparently it was a back injury, whatever it was, to lead them past the Bills. This Dolphins team is certainly playing at a high level, and obviously a key every week, taking care of the ball, not letting Joe Burrow get pressure. Keeping him upright. So I'll throw those out there. The other thing that I don't want to say concerned about, but I want to see is, can the Bengals get heat on Tua Tagovailoa? Can they find a way to get pressure on him? Trey Hendrickson versus Terron Armstead. I encourage you to check out at allbengals.com. Mike Santagata, Bengals Sands, put together a great breakdown of what Terron Armstead can do at left tackle for the Dolphins, how Trey Hendrickson could potentially beat him. And the two former New Orleans teammates now going head-to-head. I think that's a huge matchup in this one. And certainly a key. Can Lou Anarumo and company scheme pressure against that offensive front and against Tua Tagovailoa? Downside is they're going to be missing their best interior pass rusher. Through 3 weeks, DJ Reader has been great. And he's going to be out. We didn't cover it on the channel yesterday. He's going to be out for the foreseeable future. I was told he was going to be placed on injured reserve. It's a huge loss, no doubt about it. The Bengals haven't put him on injured reserve as of yet. Speaking of injured reserve, I expect Drew Sample to go there in the near future. He underwent surgery on Wednesday. So Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. He posted a picture on Wednesday, so we'll see. Maybe he posted it a day later. That said, if you're going to be missing DJ Reader, I think this is one of the weeks where it's not as bad because the Miami Dolphins, they want to pass. And whether it's short passes, whether it's bubble screens, whether it's things like, they want to push the ball down the field and they want to get the ball in their hands of their playmakers. And so, yeah, they do have some talented running backs, but it's not like, Raheem Mostert or Chase Edmonds. Those guys are weapons 1 and 2, right? This isn't the Ravens run-first offense. This is a pass-heavy offense. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Bengals defensive line can get pressure on Tua without DJ Reader. It hurts, but I do expect Jay Tufele to be activated for this game. He's been inactive the first 3 games of the season. The Bengals claimed him. They claimed Devin Asiasi and Max Sharping at cutdown day. And now all 3 should be active on Thursday night. Sharping and Asiasi were both active against the Jets for the first time this season. I expect all 3 to be active on Thursday night, which is good. It's a testament, honestly, to the Bengals adding to the roster key depth pieces like those 3 veterans. So we'll see. Tufele and Asiasi probably, I wouldn't go veterans yet. They're in year 2 and 3. But Max Sharping's certainly a veteran. Other keys, let's get this ball pushed down the field. Explosive plays. Finding a way to create explosive plays. And the Dolphins certainly allow it. A 104 passer rating to opposing quarterbacks so far this year. Keep Burrow upright. Get Chase in space. Get T. Higgins one-on-one. Tyler Boyd over the middle. And then the other guy that I think could have a big game this week, Hayden Hurst. Because on paper, this could be a shootout. And I'm sort of expecting a shootout. The only thing going against that, I would say, is the fact that it's a Thursday night football matchup. So we'll see. A lot of those Thursday night games are ugly. They're just, tired teams, beat up teams. And speaking of beat up, the Bengals should have everyone outside of Reader. Lel Collins didn't practice this week. He told me on Sunday, though, he's playing. And I think that this is just the maintenance plan. And I certainly expect to see him out there on Thursday night, starting at right tackle. And if the Bengals can keep Burrow upright, if Burrow's seeing the field and making plays the way he did against the Jets, I think they have a really good shot in this game. I really do. And I'm going to give you my prediction in just 1 second. But first, a word from my bookie. Because if you're wagering on Thursday Night Football, you got to get to my bookie and that double deposit bonus. Double deposit. What does that mean? It means if you deposit $100 and you use promo code BengalsTalk, you're going to get an extra $100. If you deposit $250, you're going to get an extra $250. So make sure you go there now. My bookie, sign up today. And when you do, make sure you use that promo code BengalsTalk to get that double deposit bonus. It makes it, even easier to make money this football season. And certainly in week 4, where the Bengals looking to get to 2-2, and maybe you would just want to go all the way and say, I'm going to pick the Bengals to go all the way when they're 1-2. You could do that as well. Get some great odds on future bets as well at my bookie with promo code BengalsTalk. Look, this game is between 2 really good teams. And I thought that this would be the Bengals' toughest challenge in the first 4 weeks going into the season, and I still think it's their toughest challenge of the first 4 weeks. The good news is they showed some signs of life against the Jets. Against the Jets team that is talented, that has a pretty good roster. It's also a team that the Bengals should beat, and they handled business there. This Miami team, I don't think is as good as their record. I don't think they're on the level of the Buffalo Bills, even though they beat them, of the Kansas City Chiefs, of these AFC contenders. And people may say, crazy, they beat the Bills. I get it. But I think short week, Bengals at home, not a must-win because 1-3, the numbers aren't as bad as falling to 0-3. But, man, getting to 2-2 going into Baltimore, much different than 1-3 going to Baltimore. I think this is going to come down to the wire, much like a lot of these past Bengals games have. And it didn't go their way the first couple of weeks in close games. I do think it goes the Bengals' way on Thursday night. It's going to be close. And no, I'm not going to pick the Bengals every single week, even though it may feel like it because I've picked them now for the first 4 weeks. But the Bengals are trying to get to 2-2. I'm trying to get to 2-2, and I think they find a way to get it done. Give me the Bengals 30-27. They find a way to get it done, to improve to 2-2. They hit that mini bye with a 500 record and a shot at jumping the Ravens or tying the Ravens for first place in week 5. So we'll see if they can get it done. Quick note, Elise Jesse's going to be with the OT. We're moving it up a day with Thursday Night Football. It's tonight, 8 o'clock. She's joined by Rocky Boyman to break down this game, preview this game. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you missed Bengals on the Brain with Joe Goodberry, check that out. To fill in all the cracks and anything in between, go to allbengals.com. Oh, and by the way, we're going to be at the game tomorrow. So we're going to have a ton for you. We're going to have locker room reaction. We're going to have pregame. We're going to have postgame right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So do me a favor. Tell a Bengals fan that isn't subscribed to subscribe. Ring the bell and buckle up because week 4 is almost here. I got the Bengals 30-27. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. And until next time, for Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now outside of Paycor Stadium on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.